right, good evening once again, everybody. As a reminder, please state your name and affiliation when you ask a question. If you have a question for a student athlete, please direct your question to a specific student athlete. If we run out of questions for the student athletes, they will be dismissed. We'll get started with an opening statement from Coach.
Yeah, well, you all were there. What a game. What a tremendous game. And they're so good and strong, and obviously in that first 4 minutes we weren't ready for that level of expertise on defense and their strength. And but then after that, I thought we played really well. And the end of half was critical. They had a 7-point lead, and we were able to score and then not let them score. So all of a sudden you're looking at a 4-point, and we had the ball. Then it went back and forth. One team scored, another team, and I thought when we went zone, that helped us. And then these guys, with a few minutes left, said, "Coach, we want to go back man." So they were playing so well, I figured I'd listen to them. And but the resolve of Jeremy Roach was incredible. His drives against that defense were so strong, so determined. And then Paolo did a couple things tonight that he's never done in his life. And he did it instinctually. He just wanted to win so badly. And it was so beautiful to see. I mean, and then Mark with the rebounds, and boy, my guys are really doing a great job. They're really doing a great job, and we beat guys who were doing a great job on the other team. So anyway, that's my opening statement.
Questions? We'll go here. Pat in the red sweater.
Thank you. Mike, how much did you practice zone before, like yesterday, coming into this, and did you feel like it was going to be something you needed to use?
We did. We actually, in our scouting report, number 12 defense, if necessary. And actually, if you looked at our thing, it says if necessary, and it was necessary. And, you know, we practice it a little bit during the year where our guys just know to keep the wings high and whatever. And today, during our walkthrough, we just mentioned it, like, look, there's a chance we'll use it, but you really couldn't practice it in the walkthrough. These guys are smart players. They were able to do it, and it kept down the amount of physicality, and because they were wearing us down. And so the zone gave us a chance to kind of dance around the ring a little bit instead of being in a corner.
Question from David.
And let's go with the players. Okay.
Hey, Paolo. David Thompson, USA Today Network. Congrats on the win. Against Michigan State, you guys made your last 5 field goals tonight, 8. Is it a new clutch gene, or what's going on with you guys in the last few minutes of these games?
It's just, I wouldn't say it's a new clutch gene at all. I think all year in the biggest moments we always stepped up, and there's no bigger moment than this. I don't know about these guys, but I've never played in a basketball game like that. Yeah. So
you were terrific. Yeah.
So it was just, when you're out there, it's not like you're even thinking. You're just playing to win, and you're playing extremely hard. So when you're doing that and you're not afraid of the moment as a team, you're going to do stuff like that.
I have to say one thing about I've been around so many good players, and when they just go into their own thing, where it's stuff you can't teach them, and they just do it. That's what he did for that little bit of time, and it gave us such a verve. All right, and you knew I was going to say that. Yeah.
There it is.
I had to get it in. It's like a double bonus thing.
Question in the middle.
Hey, Brendan Marks from The Athletic. Question for Paolo and for Mark. Coach mentioned Jeremy's resolve. Obviously, we've seen him the last 2 games sort of, emerge into the point guard you guys have needed. how important was he tonight, and especially down the stretch, being able to make some of those drives against a defense of that caliber?
Well, first off, he's been the point guard all year. I wouldn't say we were in need. He's always been able to step up in big moments. And so we trust him 100%. We've trusted him the whole year. I mean, Gonzaga, he made big plays down the stretch. Like every game, he stepped up in the clutch. So we trust Jerm 100%. And we know that's what he does. He's comfortable out there all the time. And so when the ball's in his hands, you know, we're comfortable and we know it's, I mean, have you ever seen him get him taken from him? Exactly. So that's all that needs to be said.
Question on the left.
Steve Wiseman, Raleigh News and Observer. Jeremy, why did you guys want to go back to man there at the end? What was that conversation like, and why was that important to you guys?
I mean, it was kind of going back and forth a little bit. I think it was a 1 point or two point lead or something like that. We just wanted to give him a different look. We kind of were in man or zone for probably about a 7-minute stretch or something like that. So just give him a different look, and it worked.
Question here in the center.
Hey, Jeremy. Sasha Ritchie with The Chronicle. I was wondering if you could talk through your mindset in those final minutes to get those clutch baskets.
Just trusting your work. I mean, these guys, like Paolo just said, these guys trust me. The coaching staff trust me. So, I mean, just trusting your work and being instinctive was the biggest key out there.
Next question to the left.
This is for Mike. This is Mark Cannizzaro from the New York Post.
Yeah, can I do that after you do I'll do you first.
Okay.
After we do the players,
All
so
right.
they can get going.
So I'll ask Paolo.
Well, you can ask me. You don't just. I'm going to cry.
You referenced Paolo doing some things that he's never done before. Could you be more specific about that a little bit?
You can watch the tape during that 60 seconds where it's like when great players just go. They just go, and the moment and the need take them to a place that a great player would love to be in. And that's where he was. And I feel, I'm just so happy that I was there for that moment with him, because it's his. It's his, but it benefited all of us.
Any other questions for the players? Here in the middle, last one.
Mark, I wanted to ask you about that dunk you had. You were emotive after that. What were you thinking in that moment? And you know, you guys shot 71% in the second half. That's the highest shooting percentage any team has had against Texas Tech in a half all season long.
Crazy.
As far as that dunk, I mean, just felt like it gave the team some life. Obviously, he made a great pass, and I just finished the play. You know, I was really amped up. You know, I think it got the team going, and you know, I think that translated to the defensive end as well.
We got like 3 straight stops after that dunk.
Right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good job.
Any questions for Coach? We'll go back here in the middle.
Ian O'Connor with the New York Post. Mike, just given your defensive history, did you ever think you would coach long enough to have a group of players convince you to switch from zone to man?
Every once in a while, Wojo. Well, we never played zone with Wojo. You know what, Ian? With this team, they're so young and they're still growing. Whenever they can own something, they're going to do it better than if we just rent it, you know? And when they said that, I felt they're going to own it. They'll make it work. And that's probably more important than strategy during that time. So that's the way I looked at it. And I'm not sure I've been in that many situations like that before, but again, the ownership of doing something, I think, is key.
Question to the left.
Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. I never do this, so I hope you'll indulge. I wanted to ask you about when you guys came into the zone, you had maybe 2-3 trips in a row where they scored, and not very with not much effort.
They were cutting.
And so you didn't come out. I wanted to ask you about why you stuck with it, and also at the last minute, you reached down and slapped the floor. You wanted the players to have that. Can you talk about why you chose to do that moment?
I was 3 years old again, and I was No. The, what was the first part? I'm 75, and I only know the second part. What was the? The first part was about staying in the zone, even though they. Yeah. Well, I thought they were wearing us down, and not to. I didn't think that they were, and just to try to give them a different look, and but what happened was the zone was too far out, and so at the timeout, John. Shire and Chris Carrawell, they both said, we got to get it. They're beating us on cuts, not on threes. And so we made that adjustment. But I really think if we kept going like that, we wouldn't have won the game, because they're such a good basketball team, and they keep coming with players. I didn't realize Shannon was that big. He's a stud athlete. These guys are good. And obviously very well coached. And then the slap on the floor, what the hell? Yeah, why not? And our guys really wanted that, because it's kind of like across the bridge to the brotherhood, like they can now say they did that. Hopefully they can say that again, at least on Saturday.
Got time for one more question. We'll go to Dana.
Dana O'Neill at The Athletic. I don't know if you can answer this specifically, but I'm just wondering, who actually said to you, we want to go man, coach? Who was the brave soul or was it collective? It was
like a Catholic boys choir. It was a chorus. They all said it. And they said it with enthusiasm. We want to do this. We want to go man. And God bless them. What a great group these kids. They've grown up so much in the last 12 days. It's such a joy. It's an amazing thing. We good?
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.